If you're a chick who's trying to lose fat, but you just don't know what to eat, you've got your calories and you're just like, what the hell? Oh my God. Today is going to be a video for you. I'm going to do an example day of eating based on the things that I would eat for an 1800 calorie deficit. Now, if your calories are higher than 1800 or lower than 1800, I will show you where I would make adjustments, but it's not going to be different foods. It'll just be more or less, and I will show you that. Today's day of eating is going to be simple, appropriate for a chick who's busy and doesn't want to be freaking Chef Ramsay all day. We are eating real whole foods, getting a lot of protein, and eating some sexy shit. Now, absolute first thing is coffee. I use my handy dandy scale and I weighed out my cream. I go between milk and cream, just depending on my mood. Today I'm having this half and half and I weighed it out. But if you're someone who likes a really yummy, sweet coffee, I feel ya. So this to me is delicious. 40 mils comes to about 50-ish calories of the cream. Pump in your cinnamon and then monk fruit drops to sweeten, or organic stevia, whatever you like to use. Stir that up. And this to me is really delicious. Now, I went ahead and logged 2 right off the bat because your girl is drinking 2 every morning. That's just how it works. First coffee's in. We're at 107 calories. Some people might say, why would you spend calories on liquids? And listen, you got to be able to stick to your diet and enjoy it. You know, this is one of the biggest joys of my entire day. So I'm happy to spend 107 calories on this sexy time in my mouth. All right, it is time for our super fast and easy high protein breakfast. We're gonna do 3 eggs in a bowl. I got the pan on medium heat. Bowl is on the scale. We are going to do 150 grams of egg whites. Whisk. Now, I am going to butter my pan first. So how do I measure my butter? I just put my butter on the scale, zero the scale, and now I take it off and it's gonna say minus what I used. So I'm gonna do minus 5 grams. Boom. And eggs are on. Gonna let those kind of, oh, they're cooking pretty quick. Took this out of the fridge. Kaboka squash. Okay, you guys know if you watch my other videos, I am a pumpkin squash chick, okay? Pumpkins, sponsor me. Okay, so I baked this last night. I log it raw, so I measure it, raw. 350 grams of kaboka squash raw, baked it in the oven. I was already having some last night for dinner, so I just made a little more. I'm gonna pop this. I'm obsessed. I'm literally pumpkin is just the best. It adds so much volume, fiber, low calorie. In eggs, whoa, I almost just choked. It's sweet and salty. Like, it's the combo you did not know you needed, I swear. I'm gonna add this in now and scramble. I'm remembering now, I read a comment that said, can you please not talk when you have food in your mouth? Oops! Salt it unless you're a virgin. Lots of it. Salt is not bad for you. Can we move on from that whole era? Thanks. All right, letting that sit for a second. I need to show you the absolute load of this breakfast. Look how big this is. We ain't eating like no squirrel, okay? None of that bird shit. Okay. This is huge. So this literally took me 5 minutes. Whisk. Boom, it's already cooking. Throw your pumpkin in, done. If you're really busy, short on time, here's what I would do to plan ahead. So I would, on a Sunday night, bake things ahead of time, like the things that you don't have the time luxury to bake. The pumpkin and squash, the sweet potatoes, all that kind of stuff. Now, what I would do to make sure that you're getting, you know, the right calories, This is 350 grams for this breakfast. Say you were like, I'm going to do this breakfast Monday to Friday this week. Done. I'm going to bake 350 grams times 5 in one go. That's 1,750 grams. Do that on a Sunday night. You keep it in the fridge. You don't need to separate them to make sure that it's 5 servings. You totally can. It's a lot of space in your fridge. Just put it all into one container, and every day just log the 350 grams, because the calories are gonna, over the 5 days, they're going to equal the 1,750. So it doesn't matter if, oh, one day you were a little short, oh, on Thursday you ended up having a little more, because over the week, the calories will even out to that exact portion. So a little tip for you there, you don't need to go and freak out that every single day is not the same. Just eat out of the big tub, and it'll all add up. It's sweet, it's salty. So other good additions on this, you could put some like sugar-free organic ketchup, some pico de gallo I really like. But honestly, I could just eat this as is. If I had more calories to work with, I think a guacamole or some sliced avocado would definitely be there. You could do 1 egg less to get less calories and bump up your egg white. You could also cook in more butter or more olive oil to add more calories. Yeah, so you get the salty egg. Pumpkin or squash, we're gonna use them interchangeably, okay? Don't come for me. So I'm logging this whole thing in my Studio Era app today. This whole bowl is only 386 calories, 36 grams of protein, 19 grams of fat, and 20 grams of carbs. It's massive. It's delicious. I'll see you at lunch. All right, I might look a little sweaty. I just finished a coaching call on the walking pad with my app members, and I wore my walking vest, and I'm moist. Let's make a quick lunch that literally doesn't even require cooking. So I'm just throwing a handful in. It's just a handful. I'm not going to count it. Okay, so boom. There we go. There's our base. Lean protein number 1. You could do any lean protein, right? It could be chicken breast, anything you want. I actually wanted to do chicken breast, but I forgot to buy it. So boom. No cooking. The theme of this video is quick anyway. Tuna in whole can. We're going to add some cheese. Now, when you grate cheese and then weigh it, sometimes it doesn't pick it up because it's so light. So what I like to do is I'll turn my scale on. I will cut chunks off until I hit my desire. A chunk that's like easy to grate. Oh, I've been doing this too long. On the dot, 20 grams. That's our serving. Tell you what. So then I grate that. So then I'm accurate. Now, a little tip for you. When you're in a calorie deficit, you want your food to go further, right? Eating more food is typically ideal. So taking things and grating them is one of the ways that you just make your food go so much further. When you eat 20 grams of parm, right? It's nice, but when you grate it, we're talking mama bear size, you know? That's the stuff that I'm after. So we're gonna grate that. Now we are adding our healthy fats, like amazingly healthy fats, plus protein. Now we're talking Parmigiano Reggiano from Italy, not Parmesan with an S, okay? Don't make me come for you. I'm gonna spread that all over. Now, if you're wondering, wow, what happened to your cutting board? Oh, I snapped it in half while cutting a pumpkin in half. Okay, tuna, cheese. Here we go. This is the power of just prepping some more food when you're cooking at dinner, whatever, nights before. I baked 220 grams of extra sweet potato. Boom. Let's bulk up that salad. Yum. I could eat like a billion pounds of sweet potato. Now, dressing. Now, because I wanted this whole day to meet 1,800 calories for this video, I pre-planned yesterday everything that I would eat. Little tip for you for organized and just being prepared with your deficit. Try that. I know other ladies already do that, and I really saw the value in it just sitting in bed last night, the night before, and just planning ahead, because I didn't need to think once today at all for anything that I'm eating. It's like, boom, it's like I'm just opening up a little manual and it's like, okay, 20 grams. You don't have to think there, like, what can fit? What about dinner? What about this? Big hack. We got a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. Bada bing, bada boom. And then we can leave it at that, but I'm thinking a little bit of red wine vinegar. Now you could go a little bit of salt. It's not gonna need much because the cheese, and I've salted my sweet potato, but salt has no limit in this house. Some pepper, Right now, being a little bit prepared, right, in other aspects of your week, you get to whip this up in 2 seconds. This is such an easy one to take to work or take wherever. You can bring a can of tuna, right, anywhere, take this to work. You can also just like bake a few chicken breasts on a Sunday night, some beef patties in this. It'll all work. Mix this around. Tell you what, she looks good. Got some sweet, got some salty. You know what's also really nice? Instead of doing a vinegar with olive oil, doing just a squeeze of half a lemon. Oh man, we are just, oh, Nelly. Okay, here's our yummy salad. It's big, it's delicious, sweet potato, all the yummy things, nice big portion. And what's important is that we are eating highly nutritious foods, right? We're not getting our calories from a bunch of BS. Oh yeah. So if you had more calories to work with, more parm, add some avocado, add more olive oil or sweet potato, or a combination of them all. If you had less calories, maybe cut down on the sweet potato or the cheese. Choose which one is more important to you. This is just divine. Feminine, small, cute bite. I will see you at dinner. Oh, and the macros and calories for that lunch is 462 calories, 48 grams of protein, simple, 12 grams of fats, and 44 grams of carbs. Quick and easy dinner. This is like my go-to all the time because I don't have to think. Okay, so what you do is you put half a spaghetti squash in the oven, leave the kitchen. Go and fill your hopes and dreams, come back, done. There's your carb source. Now we're gonna build the bowl. So again, a handful of some organic greens, whatever kind excites you. Let this cool and then carve out all your spaghetti squash. I've often not done that and burnt 17 fingers at once. In we go. Now I did salt the spaghetti squash before putting it in the oven and kind of just break it up before you put it in here so it's not like all in chunks. Otherwise it kind of, you eat one bite and the whole thing comes up. This is about 200 grams. Now I weigh the spaghetti squash after it's cooked. It's the only thing I can think of that I weigh after it's cooked because you don't eat the skin. So I've weighed it once and I always just eat half a spaghetti squash. So I weigh it once. It's about roughly 200 grams. And I eat that portion every time. Now this is huge. Like if you could see the girth on this dinner, it's really just, it's comical how big it is. But so much squash for so little calories. And I think it's like, it holds on to all the sauciness. I'm a mush bowl girl, so it nails that. Now, the protein. In that beef, adds a lot of flavor. I put a quarter onion as well. Now for the toppings, and then you mush it all together. I've got my 0% Greek yogurt, and I'm gonna add 80 grams, which is a solid portion. There we go, perfect. Should have mentioned, this beef is about 95.5. Just do your best in estimating what it is. I try to drain out as much fat as I can, but I also request from my butcher for it to be as lean as possible. Last but not least, sort of last, this salsa, any fresh salsa, I just could tip this into my mouth. Gotta have it in your fridge. If you're on a deficit, if this is not in your fridge, any type, gotta have it in there. Right on there. Oh yeah, loading it. Okay, so I'm doing 60 grams. Okay, and last but not least, the final shebang. Cholula Original. I've tried the garlic one, nice. Lime one, no good. So, pick your hot sauce. Nice amount of there. Some cilantro is also banging on here. But you gotta now mix it, because otherwise it's really mushy and you got just the greens at the bottom. Like, what are you, a cow? No, so mix that up. Mix it, mix it, mix it. And this is a signature mush goal for dinner. You're not gonna go wrong. Even when I'm not losing fat, I want to eat this. So freaking good. Now, if you have more calories, you're eating more than 1,800. What I would add next is like guacamole, avocado. And mind you, you can always be making shifts like, oh, it doesn't mean that I can't have avocado, but I would just rather have more meat or more whatever I've chosen. But you can always shift things around and put ingredients in there that you really like, that you really enjoy and make a big difference for you. So adding more calories, I would add You might add some like sweet potato. You might add some guacamole, easy additions like that. If you had less calories than 1800 and you needed to make this a little bit smaller, I would probably reduce a little bit less of the meat, maybe a little bit less of the squash. But these things are really low in calories and high in protein. So this whole dinner comes to 439 calories, 53 grams of protein, 11 grams of fat, and 23 grams of carbs. So this is like one of my favorite meals. We have made it to dessert, and I'm very excited to show you my dessert that has me in a chokehold. In a chokehold? Like a chokehold. Has a chokehold on me. You get the point. This is my favorite dessert ever. Now, you can easily make it like as minimal calories as you want, but you can easily bulk it up. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Now, we don't judge. This is what I like to eat. So, there's a little dash of water in there. Maybe if you have a high-tech blender, you're not going to need that, but there's a little bit of water. You get your nice cottage cheese. My favorite right now is the Avalon Organic 1%. We're going to put it in to the blender. I knew it was going to splash on me. So we're going for 200 grams, okay? That's what we're getting. My dessert is very important to me. That's the part that I like to make room for because your girl likes the sweets. We're going to do 10 grams of cocoa, which is about a heaping teaspoon. And you're going to do whatever sweetener you wish. Now, maybe you have more calories than 1800. Maple, honey, whatever you'd like. If you want to save the calories on the sweetness, you got monk fruit, you got your stevia. Just a few, because this is not really sour at all. Cottage cheese, it's quite creamy and nice, so there's nothing really to hide the sweetness. It's already quite nice. You can also add a little sea salt too. Sometimes I do that on top. You're gonna lock and load. She's gonna need a good spanking. Here we go. If you put the water there, it helps. Oh, it's like a thick mousse, like a literal thick pudding. Here's your baseline, right? So if you wanted to just watch your calories, you just do this. You can even do less cottage cheese, but it doesn't need to be a lot. It's rich, it's creamy. This is unbelievable on its own, right? If you have a bit more to play with, here's what I do. 130 grams of strawberries. I'm going to slice them up. So, you know, we got some even bites. Chuck them on. If you have more calories, or just even if you prefer it, because it's not always about if you have more calories. It's what you're going to make room for that because you love it. So I will swap between different fruits, but this with banana, oh, see you later. See you later. Now again, right now we have a finished product. I want you to really know that at any stage you can check out. This is done. But last but not least, the Vice has entered the chat. Peanut butter. You eat this, there's no diet. There's no diet. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with 20, I think I've got like 25 grams. We've got a big, we make the food work for us. You know what I'm saying? 25, are you freaking joking me? And we're gonna drizzle that on top. I'm telling you, this dessert is rich. It's creamy. Now, you could do this with Greek yogurt as well, but Greek yogurt, 0% Greek yogurt, if you want to use a leaner source of protein just to make this a lower calorie dessert, has a sourness to it. So you gotta sweeten it. It's not quite the same. I like using a cottage cheese. Okay, we've done it. Let me give you a close up. This right here
is my swag.
I'm so sorry. This is my... That was really good timing. Can you tell we're related? That's the mousse. That's the mousse. And when I tell you that it's not, there's no compromising flavor, zero. It's better than those childhood Jell-O packs that you would get in your lunch, the chocolate ones. It is so good. This is my favorite dessert. So you can sprinkle cinnamon. You go crazy, girl. You go crazy. Okay, this is it. We have reached our targets for the day, and we have eaten like a gangster. Let's go over the stats. Now, remember, this is how I like to eat. I find these type of macros and foods really work well for me. I feel full, and I eat really big meals, and I feel good. I don't think about food. I'm high on the protein. Today, I'm at 178 grams. More than a gram per pound body weight. That's how I like to eat most of the time. Just happens to be that way. I've got 67 grams of protein and 117 grams of carbs. I'm full. I'm so full. I'm definitely full before eating this right now from dinner, but
which is part of the routine, so I'm eating it. That's a day of eating. I hope this was helpful for you, gave you some ideas. If you want any help throughout your calorie deficit, you want accountability, support from a community, meals, all my favorite meals I put into my app. Link is in the description for the app. Otherwise, I hope this video helped you. Subscribe so you can get some more. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.